All right, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it is Tuesday before Thanksgiving, but for you, it's probably Thanksgiving, so happy Turkey Day. Not a lot to report today. 4 sales on this particular rainy Tuesday morning. This sold. I probably have a game. You would think with all of this that I would have a Game Boy game to test this thing out with, but I don't really collect for Game Boy. And so I don't know where I know I have some Game Boy games, but I literally don't even know where they are at the moment. So I wasn't going to dig and wait to list this. So I didn't even put batteries in it. I listed it for $40 untested. It's missing the gray thing that would say Nintendo and Game Boy on it. Otherwise, it's in reasonably good shape. I mean, it's super yellow. You can see like the difference between the top and the bottom is like if I move this here, like there's a stark color difference. So not a great unit, but these are very desirable. Sold for $39, free shipping, and it took like a day and a half. If it hadn't been for Levi going through this Ninja Turtle stuff, it would all still be in a mess pile, but he just took the lead on that. This is to a Killer Bee, I think is what it's called, and it's just the wings and the saddle. And it sold for $18.90, and there was some shipping involved. I think that it was free shipping. And Ninja Turtle stuff, if you can do like Google Lens, if you can do eBay searches trying to figure out what you've got, if you can do action figure identification on Facebook, if you find a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff, but also like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Star Wars, really big. Those are all iconic franchises that the toys are going to do well, and the bits and bobs are going to do as well as the whole figures. This helmet is faded. In the package is faded. It was I think this was Retro Truckload. I feel like it's been around longer than that. I don't know. I remember not paying much for it and then comping it and being like, oh man, that isn't worth even less than I suspected. But it sold for $19 free shipping. So if you find these micro helmets, this is like a 4-inch. Evidently, there's also like a 2-inch. These are desirable, especially during football season, for like if you were going to an autograph session for Dick Butkus. Did he just die? Maybe you're not going to that one. Anyway, and you took this and had this autograph, wouldn't that be fantastic? So people like to have these. Set this on a shelf next to your fanboy stuff. So those mini helmets, facsimile helmets, do really well. The full size helmets, even like a high school football helmet, would do reasonably well if you find them pretty cheap. And then the last thing, so I only had 4 things sell. This is Big Smith, and it is coveralls. These are not coveralls. These are bib overalls. Coveralls are the ones with sleeves that's like the whole bodysuit. And they are beat. Like, they are kind of gross. And I paid $2 for them at Spoon River Drive. And I got these and a pair of Carhartt in worse condition. The Carhartt were even worse condition for $2 a piece. And they have both sold. These sold for $15 plus shipping. And I think the Carhartts were like over $60 plus shipping. So workwear like this, especially this duck cloth canvas, like khaki colored material, workwear can do really, really well. Even in bad condition, it's a streetwear thing and it's a mechanic thing. Like the guy who wants to wear these to putter around on his farm and doesn't have $80 to spend on a new pair, 15 plus shipping's fantastic. Maybe 25, 30 plus shipping if they were a better brand than Big Smith. But And then the kids who are wearing them as streetwear want them to look like somebody beat them up. And so like this is a pretty desirable thing. Distressed Carhartt kind of stuff. So there you go. That's my 4 items. I got to ship these, and then we're gonna have to do some other stuff today. Not a ton of sales yesterday. Well, I guess that's not true. I did have like an average 270 day or something. But yesterday when I did the video where I had like 30 sales, it was stuff like that. That helmet sold minutes before I walked up here. So I'm not like holding things up. Oh, this sold today, so it needs to go on tomorrow's video. This is what has sold up to this moment that I'm recording. And so I had a bunch of sales up until late morning yesterday when I recorded the video. So anyway, we got some stuff to ship, and that's all that sold. Hopefully we'll get into some more shenanigans today, and I'll bring you along for it. This is why I will from time to time do free shipping on big stuff, because I see this with some frequency and it's crazy. So this is the item. It's Thomas the Train set, and it's 23 by 17 by 7, and it weighs about 4 pounds. Now, buyer paid $60 shipping, and if I ship it UPS ground, which is faster, that's an upgrade from USPS ground, it costs me $17.35. The buyer paid it. They're agreed to take it at the price that they paid. And so I'm going to pocket a whole bunch of money on the shipping cost. But had I done this item for $90 free shipping, I bet it would have sold a whole lot faster than $50 plus shipping when USPS ground is charging people $60 to go from Illinois to Texas. Also, that makes me want to shoot. Back at this same Goodwill again we were at yesterday. Don't have much content because sales were so slow. So I'm just going to poke my head in here and see if we can make 1 or 2 really good purchases. Okay, so normally my rule is you can't buy a helmet unless it's brand new in a box, or it doesn't, or it's old enough that it's collectible and not. And at $20, like if I'm going to buy this, I'm going to sell it to somebody, they're going to try to use it, but neither of us know the history on it, so I don't buy these, and especially not at $20. Polaris. This is an interesting pile, because I literally just sold off this, and the battery didn't work. That's a better bag than the one that I got, but the prices aren't as good. $284. Okay, so these are probably all going to be pickups, but I'm going to comp them and make sure. And then this Han, I've sold that name brand before for sanitizer. Oh, it goes up to this. Now this, I mean, obviously would be a little bit of a pain to ship, but I bet it would part out. Let's look. The toys have been a sad sack waste of time for a while at this store. This is weird because like junk car, some Caterpillar things you can buy up, some cheap train cars, but then this is like, I think this is vintage Marks pacemaker, and then this is part of that same set. I don't know if they're worth picking up for $6 for this thing. I think I'm taking a chance on this one. Well, the next thing that I see is this. Somebody didn't sell it for $5 at their antique booth or something. Toy Factory. Disney toys don't have a date on them as a general rule. But that Toy Factory is from the like mid-90s, I think. And this is in reference to the living seas. Like, you can go into a ride at Disney World and you can see a character, a guy dressed as Mickey, swimming with the aquarium animals. So that's pretty cool. Don't often look at textiles, sheets and stuff, not like with any seriousness, but this is interesting. I found a tag on it a second ago. Wonder how much they're asking for it. So I still don't see a price on this. Nova, it's hard to see. Nova Cobertor. But then it's mostly in Spanish. And this is a Mexican blanket. It's in what seems to be really nice shape, but I don't see a price tag on it. I'm gonna unfold it and see what it is. So, very tempted by J.D. Robb, which is evidently aka Nora Roberts, with 13 of those books there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13 of those books there. I would have thought I would for sure make money, but it doesn't seem like it's a good enough deal to make it worth putting up with listing and shipping those huge books. This is $2.58 and will sell in a couple of weeks for $16. And I still got to pull this blanket out and see what it is. Beautiful, vibrant, like wolf pattern thing, but I don't see a price on it. There's a few listed, none sold for this guy, so I think we're going to pass. Pretty cool thing, but I'm just not going to buy it if it's not going to sell. Oh, I forgot I found these books and put them in the cart. I didn't even realize they're Portuguese and English translation. Like learning material, side by side. So this is MS30 on. So I'm not really afraid of shipping something like this. You can break the handle down, get it in a decent box. $10. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to test, and honestly the sell-through rate's pretty darn low, so I think, and it doesn't seem to be, to my surprise, much to part out. So oddly enough, the saws that they marked at $7.44 a piece, probably not worth, like this would probably sell for $35 plus shipping, but it's a dirty mess. And there are 21 listed, but there are only like 6 sold, and this one's even a worse sell-through rate and probably only 20 bucks. But the things that they marked cheaper, $4.04, I sold this in a day and a half before, and it's probably 20 bucks plus shipping. This bag is pretty good. I sold the other bag. This one is big, so that's, and at $2.84, it's probably almost $20. The flashlight shocked me. 2x, like there's 2 sold, 0 listed, and they're like $16 plus shipping. And then this drill should be like 25 bucks shipped, and it's actually going to be a multi-quantity listing because I already have one listed. So I think I'm going to put those 2 saws back and be done. So with my $10 in rewards from the money I overspent yesterday, I got everything for $25 and change. So I was basing my idea on what this blanket was worth on this comp because it was the only thing I could find in the brand. But turns out, if I looked a little deeper, there was this exact comp. So it wasn't a bad buy, but it certainly wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And this blanket will be that in profit. It ended up being $7. Evidently, they're not pricing all the blankets anymore, and it depends on the size. But then some of them are still priced up, like that silly Caterpillar one that was like 25 bucks. So I feel really good about that. Like 25 bucks is not much to spend. Dropped Evie off at school an hour ago, and I don't have to pick anybody up for an hour. And I don't have a big crazy bunch of stuff like that Han sweeper thing had it been. If I thought I could get $100 for it and spend 10, I would have probably done it, but I don't know that that would have been possible. And that's big and bulky and weird. But everything fit in the tool bag that I got, and I think it's all good stuff that'll sell quick. So I'm gonna go home and see how much of that I can get listed, and the blender and juicer from yesterday. So this is your juicer. This is a tool. This is a piece you want to sell separate. This is a piece you want to sell separate. So this can be a little bit difficult. You kind of got to yank to get that thing to come down. And then inside here, you use this tool and those two not go into there, and then you spin it, but it spins separately from the grate. And then when you get it all the way down out, it's hard to pick up. So you put that on there, and then the magnet will help you pick it up. There we go. So then you use the magnet on the tool to pick it up. And now you sell these two together. Sell this separately, this separately, this separately. And this is trash. But I paid $4.04 for those pieces. This dumb thing does work. I just couldn't find the button earlier. I'll tell you, one of those items already sold that we bought at Goodwill. Leave in the comments what you think the item is that sold, and we'll see it on the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you after the Turkey Day.